I went to a counselor and I was trying to determine if I was carrying baggage from my previous life to my current family because I was having some communication problems with my husband about disciplining our children, and I just thought I knew it all, right? So I woke up one morning and it's like I had this I need counseling, I need counseling. It's like this red light went off in my head because I wanted to know if I was carrying things I was unaware of from my old family to my new family, right? So I go to the counselor and I tell her, I said, we're having some communication problems. I need to know if it's me. So I began to tell her about my early life, my childhood, and I began to tell her about what was going on in my current family. And she asked me a question that I'll never forget. She said, do you want to build your life on fake relationships or real ones? And I remember thinking, well, obviously, I want to build my life on real relationships. And she said to me, she said, you're going to have to talk to your mom. I'm like, oh no, you don't understand. My single mom raised 5 kids. She's like our hero. I don't do anything that's going to upset my mom. She says, okay, well then you can build your life on fake relationships. And I was like, well, I can't go upset my mom. She's older. She did the impossible. I went through all the reasons I couldn't address my mom. And she said, look, I'm just trying to teach you how to stand up for you so you can walk through the questions you have about your life. So I said, okay, what would you want me to say to my mom? And so we kind of went through some of the things that happened, and during my high school, she had gotten remarried and she had left me to myself a lot, and I made some bad decisions and some bad things happened that I did not decide, they happened to me. And so she said, all I want you to do is call your mom and say, Mom, you left me. Why did you do that? And so we had this big plan about how I was going to call my mom. We wrote it down. I was very careful to do exactly what she said because this was not to be a confrontation. This was just to be a growth place for me. So at her counsel, I wrote down the conversation, and I was nervous as could be, but I wanted to build my life on really great relationships. I did not want to build my life on fake relationships, which is what a lot of people do. So I called my mom one day. Now we were both, by this point, much further along in our faith. We had a great relationship, but there were things I needed to talk to her about. So I called my mom and I said, Mom. She said, yes, honey. And I said, I'm in counseling, right? Because I had told her I was in counseling, that I had some stuff I was really trying to work on. And she was well aware that we had quite the things to walk through as children. And so she said, yes, honey, I'm so proud of you for that. And I said, well, Mom, you know, during my high school years, you really left me to fend for myself. And, some bad things happened and I made some terrible decisions. And she was so kind. She said, oh, honey, I'm so sorry. I chose David over you. Would you please forgive me? And within 3 or 4 minutes of gut level honesty, spoken through kindness, with a planned approach, my mom and I established a real relationship. I was able to say, this really trips me up. I need to know why this happened. And she just simply said, I'm so sorry. And I was able to say, you know what, I get it. And we were able to move forward. So from that point in my life, I remember thinking, this is what it takes to communicate with people. Because you see, most people don't talk about what most people need to talk about, but I don't want to be that person. You can be kind, you can have clarity, and you can complete conversations that help you build yourself, your self-confidence, your self-image, all the things that you're trying to do, but you have to be able to stand up for you. I'm very grateful that my mom was graceful. I know that's not always the case, but in this case, the counselor even helped me pave the way for how to even bring this up. So, if you want to build your life on real relationships and not fake relationships, it's really important to remember that you've got to be able to communicate kindly, clearly, and also completely, so that you can reach an understanding as to all of the things that happen in your life, so that you can have clarity on who you are and how you can come out of that. My mom and I from then on could talk about everything, anytime, hurtful things, helpful things, but we ended up with a really great relationship. And when she passed away, I did not feel like there was anything left unsaid. So I hope my life lesson can help you to build your life on not fake relationships, but real relationships, because those are the kind that really make our hearts happy. Have a great day, everyone.